Alright, we are grouting. I already grouted this wall, this one. My dad gave me a quick tutorial before I got started, and now I'm just gonna hopefully crank it out so I can move on to the trim and stuff. But it's pretty simple, kind of. If you've never grouted before, you basically get the grout in between the tiles and then clean off the tiles. My dad said to do it at like a 45-degree angle and then a 90-degree angle. It's a little tricky because my tiles are vertical, so the gaps are pretty long, and if I don't get it in right, it all just curls out and it's a little weird. But I think after doing the first wall, I've gotten a hang of it. I'm just gonna hope it goes well. So cue the time lapse. Okay, so the way I've been doing it is I bought the premixed grout just because I did. Honestly, just so I didn't have to mix it myself. I probably will have to go back and get more, but that's fine. And I have this thingy. It's like foam. It's like a foam trowel. Rubber grout float is what it is called. I don't know. Jacob brought it. It's his dad's. Mixed up the grout, and I use a separate little scrapey thing to put on the grout onto the trowel just because I prefer that, because I can also, like, all the stuff that gets pushed over, I can put it closer to the front of the trowel, and that's nice. And then I push it in, scrape off the excess so I can use it again. Push it in. Some of my spacing's a little off. It's not all even. So the thicker the space, like the wider the gap between the tiles, the harder it is for me to get it into there. But I just push it in, and then I will clean it up. And once I do a nice section, I'll clean it off and everything with the sponge. The sponge is also one that Jacob's brought from his dad's. It has like a smooth side, a regular side, and then like a bit of a scrubby side. Yeah, it's actually pretty. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty nice. Make sure you remove your spacers, because that's important. Yeah, I mean, there's really, in my opinion, there's not much to grouting. It is not the most difficult part. I think putting the tiles up was more difficult than the grouting. Yeah. I just like to put on a good podcast while I do stuff like this. I find tasks that a lot of people find tedious, I don't find tedious as long as I got something to listen to. But that might just be the ADHD. I don't know. Oh, and protect the floor. I didn't do a good job protecting the floor the other day when I did this, and there is grout where there shouldn't be grout, so that's really good. For me, that's just a later Becca problem. Shay has to deal with it later. Okay, now I'm gonna clean it. Usually I do a slightly bigger section, but for the sake of this clip of the video, I'm gonna clean it right now. And voila! Okay, I'm gonna put back on my podcast and keep working. Talk to you later. so for the most part, the grouting is done. All the necessary grouting kind of is done. This is what we're looking like. I think it looks good. Like, it needs to be cleaned up and everything, but that's fine. Ooh, I don't know why I did that. So these places right here, I added 2 more tiles to each because my dad and I had a strategy session about how to finish it, and we came to the conclusion making it a straight line or straight-ish was going to be the easiest way. Oh my god, it is so windy out today. It was going to be the easiest way to get a piece of trim in there without it being like a super annoying headache. So that is what I'm doing. So I finished up the grouting yesterday and cut those 2 tiles, put them in, taped them up so they would stay, and now I'm going to make a little template for the trim piece and hope it fits. I don't know. It's like more scribing and more making it not fucked and hoping to not make it fucked and everything. But I also, when I was putting in the tiles, I had to step on the little ledge right here and I broke the fucking piece of laminate, so now that is annoying because I probably should take this one off and put in a new piece, but I don't know. I'm kind of pissed. This laminate was really fucking annoying, and basically my goal for today is to start and finish the trim so that I can get working on cleaning up the floor tile and grouting that. That kind of just depends on how easy this trim piece is and how smoothly it goes. I'm going to be adding a piece of trim to where you see the wood right here. I'm not putting a tile there because it was really annoying, so we're going to do trim there and then trim all the way around. And I do need to go get some trim for this and for right here, but there will be trim here too. So I've got a packed day, busy schedule, long to-do list, and I'm hoping I can get everything done. I'm confident in my ability to get the trim done today. We'll see if I start fixing up the floor or not, but the trim will get done. Knock on wood. There is actual wood in here. Knock on wood. All right, let's get to work. So I didn't talk to you guys at all yesterday because I was doing a lot of work outside, not in the bus, and it was so windy that if I even tried talking to the camera, you wouldn't have been able to hear me. So also yesterday was incredibly frustrating because I worked all day on the trim, and this is the only piece that I have to show for it. This piece right here is the only one that fits. It goes right here on this side of the window. I still need to cut one for this side, and they're not identical, so I have to do this whole process over again. This was the 4th one I tried and got it to fit, so fingers crossed I have better luck today, because that was very frustrating. That was so fucking frustrating. All right, trim take 2. Hello. So I think I talked to you guys yesterday Not totally sure, but I got some trim up yesterday. So we got, well, I did that just now, but then I got this piece up, and this, and this. Can you guys see all this? So, yep, did all that. It doesn't look perfect, but you know, I'm gonna make it all nice and neat and stuff after, like clean everything up, caulk the edges and all that, but I just tried to put up the one that has to go with the curve of the ceiling and it went horribly. I didn't film it, which is probably good because there was a lot of swearing involved. But I'm gonna try again using a slightly different technique. I'm gonna try my best to film it. You might not get a good angle, but hopefully you get the audio of me being pissed because I think it's funny. Yeah. I just really want to get this trim done so then I can move on to the floor and finishing the toilet because then the bathroom's done. So let's get to work. Take 2. Let's try this again. Okay. This is where it got all funky last time. Okay. Duct tape. I haven't met a problem that can't be solved with duct tape. Just stay, motherfucker. This fucking sucks. I officially dislike this. Getting fucking liquid nails everywhere. I don't want liquid nails. I wish Jacob was here. I need more hands and this isn't working and it's going shitty and it looks bad. Alrighty, I went to Lowe's and I bought Clear Weld Professional Grade Epoxy from JB Weld, and my dad said he's used this before, and I don't know, take 3, I'm putting up the trim. I'm using an old takeout container lid and a plastic knife to mix. I'm gonna tape it up first, kind of, so that doesn't happen while I'm trying to epoxy it. And my dad said I should really only need like a little bit amount of an amount, and then I'll just should be able to just like hold it up and let it set and then be good, and do it that in small amounts along the way. Oh, also Jacob's coming tonight. That's fun. Fuck. I hot it in myself. All better. Be careful out there. Don't cut towards yourself like an idiot. This is probably why I only will own one small pocket knife, because I cannot be trusted. Use scissors. I don't think I caught it on camera though. What I was doing was using a knife. Again. I was using this little X-Acto knife to stab a hole in the tops of this, and I went into my hand. But it's just a flesh wound. There was a lot of blood, but just a flesh wound. All good. I've had to get stitches twice before, so like, no biggie. I could only see skin. I couldn't see any muscle or fat. So, and I could still move all my extremities. Everything is fine. I'm gonna keep going now. Also, if you're bleeding and it's not gonna stop, keep your hand above your head. It helps. I will say standing here holding this is pretty boring. Alright, so yesterday the bus won. The trim went terribly. I cut myself. The resin wouldn't hold. Everything kind of went to shit. But Jacob's here now.
Yay.
So, say hi.
Hi.
So, we're pivoting our efforts because he is here. We're going to get the lights put into the bathroom ceiling. We have the lights all wired up. We just have to cut the holes and feed them through. But yeah, so that's the goal for today, is to just do some electrical stuff. It's raining all day today, so I was hoping we could like start taking stuff out of the bus and stuff, but we can't do that because it's raining. But tomorrow we are picking up our flooring, so that is very exciting. I'm very excited. Soon we gotta put up the other side of this wall. It's all coming together and I'm so excited. So yeah, time to put some lights in the ceiling. So we made silly mistakes and forgot to use conduit, to put conduit in there in the ceiling before putting the ceiling up. So now we're having a really hard time wiring our lights up because we have to pass the wire through from one hole to the other. This one, the first one was easy, but this one is hard.
No, because there's metal in the way.
Oh!
Oh, let's fucking go.
I got it. It's over here. It's going.
Let's fucking go.
Alright, so clearly the bathroom did not get this done this week because the bus beat me. The trim beat me this week, and that's... I was gonna say that's okay, but it's incredibly frustrating, and I'm not okay with it. Jacob left yesterday. We had a lovely weekend. Yesterday we went and picked up our flooring from a really sweet woman on Facebook Marketplace who was very excited to learn that we were building a school bus, and that's what the flooring was for. She was very excited about it, which was really, really awesome. So, another week on this frickin' bathroom. Kind of annoyed, but it's okay. I have a couple ideas on how to get the trim to work. We shall see. Oh, my cut healed like really well. That's good. Yeah, like a little disappointed. Not a little, I'm a lot disappointed, but like it's all good. I have a couple ideas on how to get the trim to work, and if those don't work, Jacob and I came up with backup options that I showed him that backup options and he was like, yeah, that's fine. The backup options are just more expensive, which is really frustrating. But we got the lights working, which is awesome. See? Got the lights in the ceiling. On and off. That was really tricky, honestly. But we got it. I'm really hoping I can actually get this friggin' bathroom done so we can move on. Because the next thing I want to do is take all the stuff out of the bus and put down the flooring. So I really want to get this bathroom done. But yeah, it is what it is. That is it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And I will see you next week. Bye.